Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I am Jason, your host. Let's talk about health anxiety. Health anxiety can be a whole really nasty affliction. It's part of the anxiety type things, depression. It can be caused by many things. It can be caused by real situations or imaginary. And it can be very, very real. It can cause panic attacks, anxiety. It can cause such feelings of doom that you believe 100% you're going to die. And no rationale, no being intelligent, no knowing things can help you. I've been going through some health anxiety recently. Now, you've got to remember, I am immersed in knowledge of medical facts. Can't turn them off. My mum's dementia, my wife's leukemia, my bowel cancer, and so on. I am at the prime age for a heart attack. I am at the prime age for other issues because I am overweight. I have many physical issues that can come to the forefront. And so it's part of this whole problems I have with all my things. And this is what happened. The day my mum died, when I came home, I had pain in my legs. Not quite cramp, but an ache in both legs, all the way down. And I thought, maybe I've just been using the mobility scooter too much. Maybe I've been eating too much junk, which I had been eating a lot of junk. Let's face it, when you're in hospital, when you're with someone there, when you're going up 2-3 times a day and you're exhausting yourself, you don't have time to cook properly, you don't have time to eat properly. The only saving grace I had was I made sure I had my Huel every single morning. But apart from that, it was whatever stuff was available in the shops at the hospital or take out when I got home because I was exhausted. I didn't want to cook. I didn't want to focus on anything. So I ate really badly for 3 weeks. And at the same time, I had massive amounts of stress on top of normal stress that causes your body to tense up, and that when you're subconsciously and issues and all that kind of thing to do with my mum dying and watching her slowly die and all that kind of thing. And so it started with just pain in my legs that wouldn't go away. Every time I got up, it was as if I had been doing too much exercise. It was as if I had been running up and down stairs 10 times. It was almost like a cramp, but not with the spasm of the actual muscles or anything, just a deep ache within from my waist down to my feet. At the same time, I started to get more edema. I have edema, which is where water pools up on your lower legs. It's to do with my one of my blood pressure medications caused it. This is why one of the reasons I have nocturia, and during the night I wake up and need to go to toilet more often. So I was feeling really rough, really out of it. By Saturday, I was having problems functioning. I kept doing all my normal stuff and that because I'm used to this kind of crap happening. But in my head, this little voice was saying, what if it isn't health anxiety? What if it's real? What if it's not psychosomatic? What if something's really wrong? And then my brain started to go through all the different things I knew. Well, Paola's leukemia started by aches in her legs. When her kidneys started to fail, she started to get edema in her legs. All these factual things that I knew about, that I had studied, that I had learnt about, came to the forefront and started to cause issues for me and panic. And the pain is still there. My legs are still hurting like fuck whenever I get up. Walk around. It's not quite a stabbing pain, but it is quite sharp pain. And what I think it is it's let me just pause this. I believe what it's called is peripheral arterial disease. I can't diagnose it myself, but that's what my assumptions are based on all the facts. Basically, this can happen due to cholesterol buildup in your legs, can be caused by a bad diet and that. What have I been doing these last 3 weeks? By old age and so on. And it just means, like when I'm sitting down, it goes away. When I stand up and walk around, that's when it hits, and it's sharp pains and down my thighs and everything like that. So it does feel like PAD, peripheral arterial disease. It is not something that can be fixed with a tablet or anything like that quickly. It's usually lifestyle changes, which I've also already enacted. But even though I think that's what it is, my brain went all the way to liver disease, kidney disease, heart disease, and everything else. And of course, the first thing I did was I have my own coping strategies for health anxiety. I have a blood oxygen. I have these two that keep an eye on my readings during the night and my respiration and everything. Because I know how things affect, how these issues affect me. So I know that my blood oxygen level is average. Let's just get my phone on because let's check what my blood oxygen level was during the night. You see, anywhere between 90 and 100% oxygen is amazing, is pretty good, is good for you. So let's go into my Whoop. Go with my metrics for last night. All of them in the green. It's not going to focus on it. So respiratory rate 18 per minute, within norm. Blood oxygen average during the night 93%. Resting heart rate 62 beat per minute. Skin temperature plus 0.6 within the norm for me. HRV, heart rate variability. The variability in time between heartbeats is an indicator of how well your body heart rate is within your typical range of 20 to 30. Yep, so all this looks good. And I can double check with my other hand, my Garmin. So these aren't 100% accurate, never are, but I check my stuff like heart rate and all that, and over the time and all that kind of thing, heart rate and everything. So all these things can be checked to make sure I'm in okay thingy. Because if it's leukemia and your red cells go down and your white cells go up, then your blood oxygen level goes down. That's one of the things you notice straight away. So check for that, of course. I have some tests for liver disease and kidney disease. Some strips that you dip in urine that tell you whether there's any of the proteins in your urine that would signify that your liver or kidney are damaged. I did that test myself. I can do those things myself. I check my blood pressure. While it's raised, my blood pressure has always been raised because the fight or flight response of being in ADHD and such like means you are always got a chance of high blood pressure. So I've gone through all my tests. I've double checked everything I've got. And as far as every test of my body shows, I'm in good condition. I could just have picked up a bug. I'm making sure I drink water. My diet at the moment has radically changed to try and cope with this, to see whether it is because I ate all that crap. Because if you've got something like PAD, peripheral arterial disease, which is causing that, the best chance that it is that is the only way to fix it is to eat less fatty stuff. Change your diet to include lots of vegetables, spinach, cucumber, going into the salads, fruits and all that. So I've replaced a lot of the stuff I was eating with good quality thingy. I've got bags of spinach. I'm eating cottage cheese and nuts and things like that. I'm following all the same kind of things I did to help Paola when she was going through stuff. What I'll do though, I'm going to give it another. Unfortunately, PAD is not a quick fix. It takes a lot of time to get rid of the cholesterol. You will see a dip, but it can take a lot of time to get rid of the cholesterol if it's deposited on your veins. What it basically means, PAD, is that your leg arteries and also that haven't got as much bandwidth, so oxygen doesn't go down there as quickly, and so when you stand up and that, you get aches because it's almost like you've done a lot of work and you've got too much stuff in your blood. So that is the way to cope with it. Now, I would not advocate self-diagnosis. Basically, I'm going to give this, if I'm keeping an eye on every single one of my OBS, the same kind of way a hospital would, checking nothing. I've even got a blood glucose, so I've checked. No, it's not diabetes. I know it's not diabetes because my blood sugar level is pretty much spot on norm for me. So I've checked everything I can within reason, and I'll keep monitoring myself over the next week. And if things don't change, if this pain doesn't go away, then I will contact my doctor and go and see my doctor about it and get some blood tests done. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that I've just, because of the real crap the stress and everything else that I've gone through. The thing is, the problem with health anxiety is you second guess yourself a lot. You are so used to fighting things and so used to seeing the red herrings, the fake problems that come up with it, that when something real comes up, it can be hard to define it. That is why I have all of the different bits and pieces. But let's do my OBS now. So OBS, or called observations, are done in hospitals by nurses and so on, checking your. It's the way they measure whether you're having a downward turn or an upward, or whether you're stable, or it's data. Doctors love data. Now, I was trained to do OBS because Paola had to have observations done. So I have a set of stuff here. I'll show you in a minute. So this is a blood oxygen meter. You see them in a lot of hospitals. You can get them on Amazon for between £5 and £10. They're very basic, but they're calibrated quite well. So you just put your finger into them, press the button, and give it a little time to do its thing, and you will be able to say how much blood oxygen you've got and your pulse. Just wait for it to do its thing. Oh gosh. can't do it on that finger anymore. Sometimes when your fingers are thingy, it's a problem, so let's try a different finger. Okay, so if you see there, it says 96. Okay, so yeah, 93, 94, blood oxygen, and heartbeats a minute 66. Completely regular. See, one of the things, if you have something like heart attack or issues like that, or damage to your heart, or damage to your beats per minute go up. Paola's was at 117 when she was in hospital with a heart damage and things, so trying to pump things, trying to keep things going. So that's a good baseline. Now, like I said, I will always have high blood pressure. There's nothing we can do about it. I am on the maximum amount of medication you can take for blood pressure. It is not. I don't have high salt or anything like that in my diet and so on. It is simply because. People who have autism and ADHD and all those kind of things, let's just start there, can have adverse fight or flight responses, and we're always either in a fight or flight. We're never completely relaxed. Yes, this is doing its thing. Now, the interesting thing is, I had to have a paramedic out at some point in time in the past, and what their readings were pretty much almost exactly the same as from this system. So let's see what it has. It'll be a bit raised because I'm talking of that, which is supposed to be quiet when you're doing. Okay, so, but that's pretty good. 132 over 83 with a 67. Now the 67 heartbeats per minute verifies that this is working correctly as well. So yeah, that's pretty stable for me. Now I won't do a my blood sugar level, because that might trigger someone because it's got blood in there. You have to use a little drop of blood. You can get these, once again though, you can get these, they're available at Amazon or anything. All you do, you take out a strip, you put it in here, you take out a thing in a pen, go blap, and it stabs in with a lancet. Then you get a little tiny bit of draw blood, you put it on the edge and it reads it and it tells you what your blood glucose level is, to know whether you've got diabetes. All these little bits of data allow me to say, yep, I'm not in any danger. I can wait a week and see if we can get this under control by just looking after my body better, doing more normal exercise, eating better, and so on. So yes. This is Jason for the Quibber channel. I hope you're all having a good day.